a nice place there. All right, boys, you better get out and help make camp. There, now, just let me help you down.
Oh.
There.
Put him up and give me your gold.
Who do you think you are?
I'm Billy the Kid.
Yeah, I'm the sheriff.
Ouch! Let go! Let go! Mom!
Billy, what's wrong?
Johnny's hurting my wrist.
You boys stop that.
I'm sorry, Billy. I didn't know that thing hurt. That don't hurt. That's a birthmark, silly. You twisted my wrist.
Get down, boys. There they are. What's the matter? Won't that work? Oh. There.
Mom, look at Billy! Billy!
Hey, Johnny, come and load that thing. Here.
Billy. Maybe if you threw away your guns and offered to surrender.
That wouldn't do any good. He'd never show me or mine any mercy.
What do you mean?
Why, he's the coolest bandit in the Southwest. He hates me like he hates no one else.
Do you mean?
Yes, Martha, it's the cat and his gang.
Boys, they're about done for. Let's close in. Get on your horse.
just seeing Johnny Hume attempting to ride dynamite, the one and only outlaw of the range that has never before been bested by man. From Cheyenne to Fort Worth, he is known as the meanest, buckinest critter that ever had saddle thrown across his back.
Good boy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Hume will give you a sample of real Texas marksmanship.
Bottled up. Something right there, Johnny. Hey, wait! Did Johnny make the rest of us look like a bunch of schoolboys? He's a riding us, shooting us son of a god.
Oh, he's nothing but a show cowboy. He wouldn't be worth his bean fodder right in the range. And his trigger finger gets buck fever when there's any shooting in it.
No, let me tell you something.
Oh, I can't wait that long.
Tonight, awards will be made to all winning contestants at the Red Front Saloon.
It gives me great pleasure to award this silver-mounted, two-ply, hand-tailored bridle and bit to the champion of champions, Johnny Hume.
Much obliged.
Now, fellas, this concludes the awards for this evening, so let's give our esteemed fellow citizen a big hand.
All right, fellas, the drinks are on me. Say, you fellas are in on this, too.
Thanks. We've all sworn off.
Well, I wasn't trying to tempt you. Just wanted you to know you were welcome.
Well, what do you have, Johnny?
Guess I'll stick to sarsaparilla.
I reckon you can't stomach a man's drink.
I haven't found out yet what a man's drink is.
There's scotch and soda.
Me too. Only no sauce.
He wants his scotch without soda.
Yes. Thanks.
What do you say, fellas? Let's drink to the champion tail twister of the Southwest.
Let's have at it.
I thought you were going to say champion four-flesher. Such as wearing notches on the hand with a gun when you never even killed a snake. That ain't ethical in these parts.
That gun belonged to my father.
That's all the more reason you got no business carrying it. Why, if there was anybody more gun-shy than you, I mean when guns are needed, it was...
Hey, wait a minute. You can't talk to my pal like that.
Take him up, buddy. Keep your hands high. No monkey business. Get the horses, Tex. The first one who reaches for his gun goes down. No one's gonna get hurt, man. All we want is a cash drawer. Turn your face in the bar and keep your hands in the air. Drag out your cash drawer, bartender, and shove it across there. And be careful, no monkey business. Come on, hurry up with that door.
Won't pull out.
Well, hand out the cash then.
All right, fellas, get the bartender to the doctor.
It's all right now. They're gone. Nobody's going to hurt Mama's little champion now.
Do you mean to say you were there all the time and didn't shoot?
Sure. He's death on bottles, but when it comes to real gunplay, he's yellow. Aren't you forgetting your prizes, champion?
Where are you heading for?
I don't know. Just going, that's all.
Well, just going won't get you nowhere.
It'll get me somewhere else. After what happened tonight, I can't face anybody here again.
Oh, shucks. You don't want to take it like that.
They're right, Oscar. I'm just gun-shy when guns are needed. I've been thinking maybe I'd get over it, but I never will. Just when I begin to get the nerve to do something, a picture of what happened on that terrible night when I was a kid pops up before me. Well, I guess most people would call it going yellow.
Johnny, listen.
It's no use. Goodbye, Oscar. You've been a darn fine pal, and I'll never forget you.
Johnny, listen.
Hey, Johnny, wait.
Have you got him, Max? So thanks.
You don't mean to tell me you came all the way out here just to get a match?
Well, I'm just about out of tobacco, too. Thanks. I'll pay you back when we get to the next town.
I didn't ask anybody to trail along with me.
Well, I gotta have somebody to tell the bartender not to put any soda in my
Dodge.
hurt badly?
Nothing much. Just a little tuckered off from losing blood. I reckon Dave there's some done for.
What can I do?
Help me get the driver inside. He's been shot up some.
Can I help some?
Yeah. You might help me get him in the coach. Come on.
Are you comfortable? Your handkerchief. This will stop the bleeding till we get to town. You were wonderful. If you hadn't come along when you did, we'd all been killed.
It wasn't me, lady. It was my pal out there on the driver's seat. Let's go, Johnny.
I think you'd better do the driving, Oscar.
Oh, sure.
Could you hand me that blanket, please?
Is there anything I can do?
I don't think there's anything we can do until we reach a doctor. And anyhow, you've done enough already, Mr.
They call me Johnny Hume, Miss...
My name's Ethel Carson.
I'm right pleased to meet you.
They must have outnumbered you 6-1. I've never seen anything so courageous.
Yes,
When we get back to Lawless, they'll probably want to make you marshal.
Marshal?
Let's get going, Oscar.
Hi, come on. Yeah. Come on.
What happened?
An attempted holdup. The driver's been shot up some. If you'll take care of him right away, he'll be all right.
Ethel, you all right?
Yes, I'm all right, Father.
Oh.
Thanks to Mr. Hume. If it hadn't been for him, I don't know what would have happened.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Hume.
Why, I didn't do anything.
There's the express box, Mr. Carson. Oh. I'll be home, Ethel, as soon as I can take care of this stuff. Hope we'll be seeing a lot of you, Mr. Hume.
Thanks.
He's the fightingest cuss I ever seen. Every time his bean shooter pops, somebody drops.
Well, he can lick his weight in wild cats any day. And
Oscar, take care of our horses.
all will be right.
Well, good night, Mr. Hume. And thanks.
Oh, may I help you with the bag?
Where are we going, Mr. Hume?
Well, I'm going to take you home.
Well, I think we better turn back. We passed my house a half hour ago.
Gee, that's funny. Well, I reckon I'd better let you do the steering from now on.
You know, you're a funny person.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you round up a gang of outlaws almost single-handed, and then you attempt to deny it.
Well, that's because my pal Oscar did most of the shooting.
Oscar said you did it. I wish one of you would make up your mind.
Good.
The way to a man's heart.
This kind of cooking would have a man's heart hog-tied and branded at first taste. Yep. If I was sticking out in these parts, I'd be proposing permanent partnership with the cook.
Just where are you heading for?
Well, I don't know. Haven't made up my mind yet. Just a maverick, I guess.
I imagine Lawless would make you right welcome. Anyone that can use a gun as handy as you can on the side of law and
Do
order.
you use sugar in your coffee?
Yes.
Drinks are on me. Scotch and soda for everybody. No. Well, then, take some soda. Give him some soda, bartender.
But I don't want any...
Say, do you always stutter?
No, only when I talk.
Joe, I'd like to see you out here a minute. No, leave your drink there. That's right. I reckon you've had enough, Joe.
I know when I've had enough.
It ain't that. I promised the Wells Fargo man I'd keep you sober if he'd let you keep your job. Now go home, Joe.
Well, here's to, what'd you say your friend's name was?
Johnny Hume, the fighter's hombre in Arizona. Hey, did you fellas ever hear of Billy the Kid?
Sure. He's the toughest gunslinger that ever drawed.
That's what you think. The reason that Billy the Kid moved to Arizona was because he heard that Johnny Hume was moving to Texas.
Is that on the level?
Say, he must be a terror with a six-shooter.
That ain't all. But Black Bart surrendered the minute that Johnny set foot in California.
Well, goodbye, Miss Carson. Meeting you has been very pleasant.
Will I see you again?
Maybe someday. But right now, I'm thinking on pulling out. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Hello.
Must you be going so soon?
Yep. My partner and I are thinking on pulling out.
Well, that's funny. Your partner just said you were liable to stay in Lawless. Lawless would be right glad to keep you.
I appreciate him feeling that way about me, but I guess my partner got our plans mixed up. We were heading up into Utah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Anyway, I want to thank you for saving my daughter's life. And the express box.
Well, I didn't do anything much. Just cleaned up the job after Marshall had almost finished it.
Where'd you get that gun?
That belonged to my father.
Your father? You say your name was Hume?
Oh, yes.
I hope you like it over in Utah. It's a good place for you to be going.
Dad, why did you act that way?
Did you see those notches on his gun?
Oh, yes.
One of them was put there because his father killed my brother.
You mean murdered him?
Well, that's what it amounted to. He took advantage of the fact he was a law officer, but it was murder just the same. I know Bob was a reckless kid when he was drinking, liable to shoot up the place some, but he wasn't hitting anybody. He plugged them just the same.
And it is with the greatest pleasure that I, on behalf of my pal and fellow citizen Johnny Hume, accept the great honor that you have paid him. And furthermore, the same as he ran Jesse James out of Kansas, he'll run every outlaw out of Arizona. And Congratulations, Marshal.
Come on, boys, let's give 3 cheers for the new Marshal of Lawless.
Hooray! 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 Hey, wait a minute. There must be some mistake.
There's no mistake at all. In this room, you see most of the citizens in the fair city of Lawless. By unanimous vote, they have decided to ask the United States government to make you the new Marshal of Lawless. Hooray! This belonged today, but it'll give you the authority you need until the government can issue a new one.
Wait a minute. I'm not qualified to be Marshal.
What do you mean?
That's a good one. A man good enough to scare out Billy the Kid and not qualified to be Marshal of Lawless?
How about that?
How about the time we run all the rustlers out of Oklahoma?
Listen, please. That stuttering horn toad that calls himself my pal is the biggest liar in 6 states. If he ever told the truth just once, his tongue would stop tying up.
Was the stage driver lying, too, when he said you come down this afternoon shooting like nobody's business?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Suppose you fellas give me a chance to think this over. I'll let you know the first thing in the morning.
Well, that's it. All right. We'll be looking for you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Say, what is all this talk about Billy the Kid and the rustlers of Oklahoma?
Well, Johnny, I haven't the least notion.
Well, I have. You lied him into trying to make me Marshal, and knowing all the time I have no business within a shooting job.
Oh, but Johnny, you're all right now.
Maybe I am. But likely it's not the next time I do just as I did in Red Front.
Oh, I bet you wouldn't.
Well, anyway, I can't trust myself. We've got to saddle up and get out of here.
When?
Right now.
Oh, but Johnny, I'm all tuckered out. I need some
sleep.
Thanks.
All right. We'll rest for a couple of hours, but we've got to get out of here before morning. It was the cat who killed my family.
What are you going to do?
Well, gentlemen, if you still want me, Lawless has a new Marshal.
Yay!
Line up at the bar, boys. The drinks are on the house in honor of our new Marshal.
Yay!
Well, I reckon the cat and his gang from now on will have their hands full.
Yeah. Who is this cat? What does he look like?
Nobody knows.
As soon as we think one cat is done for, there's another to take his place.
All we know, he's a cruel, ruthless killer.
I only hope that someday we'll meet.
He's the darndest marshal I ever knew, going out and taking these bad men with his bare hands.
Looks good for a blue one.
He claims there's only room enough on his dad's gun for one more notch, and he's saving that for somebody special.
I call it darn foolishness. Ever since I can remember, the shootingest gun-toters in the government service has tried to beat the cat, They're all under the ground today.
Make it 2 blues. But no cat has put this boy there yet. This time, if I was making a bet, it'd be on the marshal.
Well, maybe so and maybe not. He's come out all right so far, but I'm not sure the cat has started to claw in earnest. Well, I guess I can afford to look at another card.
Did you tell the boss?
Sure.
So the new marshal is saving room on his gun for a notch for somebody special.
That's what they claim down at Lawless, Cat. Maybe they mean you.
Well, that suits me fine. Only he's putting too many of you babies in his nursery. A fine bunch of gunslingers you are. Why didn't you trade that in for a pea shooter? Maybe it wouldn't be so dangerous to play with.
Well, I'm doing the best I can.
Well, that's not good enough. I want him put out of the way. And I'm not particular who does it.
I'm figuring on plugging him pronto, only I can't do it right out in the open. If I do something to get the spyglass on me, how am I going to find out about the next shipment of ore?
Yeah, that's right.
Sure. Ain't that why me and Dick are heading into town tomorrow to feed old Carson some booze?
He's right, boss. We can't keep him thinking we're a couple of desert rats if we start throwing lead at the marshal.
But maybe after we get old Carson drunk enough to spill us what we want, we'll see a chance to do some shooting. And when we do, why...
Well, boys, I guess I've had enough. Oh, come on, be sociable. Tex and I don't get to town very often for have a blowout, and you're good company.
Bottoms up.
Easy with that stuff.
Well, it's good.
That's good.
I wish your father wasn't so unfriendly.
Is he?
Well, you know he is. He's all but forbidden me to see you again.
Oh, he'll get over that. But it would help if you give up your job as marshal.
Well, look out, the little Dickens scratches. What's the matter with me being marshal?
Oh, Father figures you're just a hired gunman in pay of the government.
Somebody's got to keep law and order.
Yes, I suppose so. But I wish it weren't you. I hate to see you become a killer, shooting men just because the law says it's all right.
Does it make so much difference to you what I do?
Yes.
I'll give it up. Just as soon as I finish one little job.
Must you wait to finish it?
I'd lose my self-respect if I didn't. You wouldn't ask me to do that, would you?
No.
I knew you wouldn't. And I don't aim to do any killing. I don't have to either. We're almost forgetting our little family. Cute little Dickens.
I think he likes you best.
I always could get along well with cats.
You know, they say dumb animals are the best judge of human nature.
I don't know about that.
When you're through, I mean with that job you spoke of, are you going back to Utah then?
Why, I've been figuring on putting it to a vote.
Oh, you won't have to do that. If you're leaving it up to Lawless, they'll want you to stay.
Oh, I don't mean they. There's only one vote I care about. Will it be yes or no?
Carson, I don't think you know what you're talking about. There's nobody taking any gold out of these diggings anymore.
Don't know what I'm talking about, eh? I know where there's lots of gold. Make your eyes pop out.
Where?
Express office. Bringing it in tomorrow from Melconde mine. You boys got to keep that to yourself. Nobody's supposed to know it but me.
How about the marshal?
I ain't telling him neither. Him and me ain't on speaking terms.
Come on, drink up. I thought you and the marshal were on right good terms, Carson.
I reckon so, too. I hear he's been cavorting around with your daughter.
My daughter, eh? I'll show him. I'll run him out of town.
You got a gun?
I don't need a gun when I got these.
Anyway, you better take this along for protection. Well, give me that gun, Carson. You're liable to hurt yourself.
Leave me alone. I'm all right. I'm going skunk hunting.
Wait a minute, Carson.
Now
Now,
let him alone. He can't hurt nobody.
well, maybe you're right.
Oh, there you are. I'll show you how to get sweet on my daughter.
You're letting a little whiskey do a lot of talking, Mr. Carson.
Give me that gun. When he starts throwing letters to Marshal, I'm going to help him out.
You're going to get what your father gave my brother.
Now, just keep calm and everything...
Shoot the gun out of his hand, Marshal.
Hey, if they find out who done the shooting, we ain't got a chance to get out of here.
Get the doctor at once.
Oh,
Go get the doctor.
What? I was aiming at his gun. I couldn't have...
Very bad shooting then. You got him right in the heart. The marshal just shot your dad, miss.
My dad?
Yes, down in front of the saloon.
Better get some water for him.
Father.
All right, take him over to the doctor's office.
If you'll listen, I can explain. I was standing here. Now, here's the saloon window, and Carson was there. Now, can't you see a bullet fired from this window would come along this line? But I ducked low to get a better bead on Carson's gun. And that must have been just as the other fellow fired. So the bullet missed me and hit Carson.
Well, what makes you say that?
There doesn't seem to be any reason why anyone would want to kill Carson. But there's plenty why they'd want to plug me.
Well, maybe you're right.
I'd gamble on it. I've got to find out who was in that saloon. I don't want people going around thinking I did it.
Come on, Joe, get going.
It's the express.
They robbed the express office. All right, men, get your horses.
I'll sneak off this way, and the rest of you lead him on a wild goose chase.
Sure. Come on, boys.
You fellows follow the shooting. I'm going up this trail.
Get going.
Drop that stuff on the table. Put that in your safe.
Sure. You don't mean to tell me that's one of the bandits?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Ever see him before?
Yes, frequent.
Him and his partner was around here a couple of 3 days ago.
Could that be the day Mr. Carson was killed?
Yeah. Fact of the matter is, him and his partner and Carson was drinking in the back room.
What does the partner look like?
Oh, I can't say exactly. They all look alike to me.
What are you driving at, Marshal?
We had nothing to do with killing Carson. We just pumped him some about that gold there. We left before he was shot.
Funny you'd start denying something before you were accused. Let's take a walk over to the jail.
Take him to the jail.
Well, did you get them all?
Well, I think I missed a couple of them, but we didn't find no gold on them.
Well, don't worry. I've tended to that.
So there was nothing for me to do but get off my horse and sneak through the brush. Funny Tex isn't showing up with that gold. Took the shortcut up the ravine. Should have been here an hour ago.
You didn't see this new marshal no place?
No. It's kind of dark. But I'm pretty sure.
He was likely taking care of Tex then.
You don't suppose...
I don't suppose anything. Only you're all a bunch of fools. Letting one marshal outsmart you. I suppose if I want this thing done, I've got to do it myself.
What are you figuring on, Cat?
I'm going to send this new marshal an invitation to pay me a personal visit. And all you've got to do is deliver it.
He either killed Carson or knows who did it. But I haven't been able to make him talk yet. Now, if we could get a line on who the cat really is, we'd get someplace.
Right.
Likely as not, he's walking around right under our noses.
Do you really think so?
See that fella at the door? Keep an eye on him. See where he goes.
You wouldn't mind my giving you a little advice, would you?
I'll listen to anybody that'll help me get to the bottom of things.
You'll never get to the bottom unless you take better care of your health.
What are you talking about? I never felt better in my life.
I'm talking about the chances you take with these outlaws. You've come out whole so far, but you haven't met the cat himself yet.
Well, that's just what worries me, not getting a chance to. All I'm waiting for is for him to come out into the open.
That isn't the way the cat does it. If you want to beat him, you've got to draw cards in his kind of a game. He never rattles before he strikes.
So that's the way you keep your eye on him, is it? Come on, wake up. We've got work to do. Come on, start stuttering.
Go outside and keep your eye open for him. He should be getting here by now. And as soon as you spot him, come back and let me know.
Just turned up the canyon, Chief.
Are you sure he was alone? All right. Hide your horse and wait outside the house. And when you get a chance, plug him.
Billy, you the cat?
The doctor said I must keep you quiet. I'm sorry I wouldn't listen when you wanted to explain, dear, but everything's all right. Before he died, the cat told who really killed my father.
The cat? Dead?
Yes, dear. You can turn in your marshal's badge now. You got the cat.
Yeah. I got the cat.